You can get good at anything, or can you? Well, yes and no. I do agree with the premise of the movie Zootopia that anyone can be anything, but this is only half the picture. Society expects us to go to school and do just one thing for the rest of our lives. But the reality is, most of us have more than one interest. If you're on the autism spectrum, chances are you have one or two intense focus interests, or maybe you're just easily overwhelmed by many things and you easily get distracted. And in this video, I'm going to show you a method to manage these interests and actually get lasting results, even if you're a busy person with autism. Now, you've probably heard the phrase, jack of all trades, master of none. Is this a myth or reality? Well, the reality is somewhere in between, in my opinion. It's possible to get good at multiple things, but it requires the right strategy. Starting with choosing your priorities. After years of ups and downs, I can say with confidence that the first thing you need to do if you have multiple interests, and especially if you want to build something meaningful out of it, is to choose your priorities. Take some time to think carefully about it, but don't overthink it and don't rush into it. Write down one big thing that you can see yourself doing, ideally for a living. If you're on the autism spectrum, chances are you'd have an easier time with this because a common symptom of autism is the ability to immerse yourself and focus intensely on one thing at a time. It's important to make sure that this actually has the potential to become a high-paying, stable career, but is still something that you'd enjoy. Let's take video editing, for example. If you want to pursue video editing, at least at first, try to focus on nothing but that, and set specific time blocks per day for honing that particular skill. Meanwhile, outside of your work or other obligations, literally get rid of everything that is a distraction. Close down all your other tabs. Put your phone away. Use a website blocker to block distracting websites. And now for adding more interests. Once you've chosen a single skill to hone, try to focus on that for at least a year, or until you can say you're at least an intermediate. So after that, if there are any other interests you want to engage in, I want you to write down a list of all of them. You'll want to create two sides for this. On one side, you'll want to put skills that you can realistically see as a business or career, and on the other side, skills that are just pure hobbies. But just remember not to include too many things on this list, let alone try to take on too many things at once. Because I know from personal experience that too much information can cause anxiety and overload. Then, on your weekly calendar, determine and set specific time blocks for each of these interests that you're making time for. For example, if you want to pursue blogging, which can go hand in hand with a YouTube channel, then on Monday you might do blogging and script writing, then on Tuesday you might do filming, and then on Wednesday you might do video editing. But regardless of the schedule you set up, just make sure it's actually feasible and in harmony with your other priorities such as your job. Also, make sure to strictly follow your schedule and to hold yourself accountable. Consider setting a timer as your time blocks begin and end. Taking it as you go. Now, life is a journey, and as you make this journey of discovering your passions, interests, and purpose, you must be willing to make some hard decisions along the way. As you're writing down your interests on a document or a sheet of paper like I described earlier, you'll have to decide which ones you really want and which ones aren't so important to you and are worth giving up. For this, ask yourself these three questions. Does this add value to your life? Do you feel like you always have to be honing that skill? Are you in a spot where you can't stop coming up with ideas related to this topic? If you answered yes to all of these, keep it. Conversely, you must also know when to take a break from certain hobbies or activities, or even stop doing them completely. Double ditto for bad habits such as drinking, smoking, and mindlessly scrolling. Like, I made this decision once when I used to do video game art, but then I gave up on it because I got too burnt out and I could barely do stuff, so I lost my passion for it. Even if you think you like an activity or it's something that you once liked, you'll want to quit doing it if you no longer feel motivated or excited to do it. Observe and learn. As you engage in skills you've placed under the career section, just spend most of your days at first doing that one thing that you really want. Then as time goes by, you'll learn what you really want and don't want, or what you just don't care enough about. As you practice a skill on a daily basis, pay attention to how you feel during the day as you do that skill, and don't forget to journal down your thoughts at night before you head off to bed. Remember that it's okay to quit doing something if you find that it just isn't for you, and that life is a journey of discovery and growth. It takes time to find your own purpose and path in life, but with this learning process, I promise that you'll get there. And now here are some more scheduling tips to help you manage multiple interests. So when you have free time, use that time to build that one skill and work towards your dream career. Separate from that, don't forget to schedule a time to take breaks and just step away from your computer. That free time you can use to pursue your own hobbies, whether it's occasionally playing video games, traveling, taking a walk, etc. Some successful people say that work-life balance is a total myth, but I'm not sure I can agree with that. It's about finding the right kind of harmony between your work, your hobbies, your career, and your personal projects. And besides that, scheduling time to yourself so you don't get burnt out and tired all the time from working so much. You see, as humans, our bodies are not made to be working so much, even if we want to do something as difficult and potentially rewarding as starting a successful business. It's about working smarter, not working harder. You have to know when to take breaks. And the hard truth is, you can't get good at everything. When I talked about having to make some sacrifices, I said it because of one hard truth. There's no mastering everything. There are so many skills out there and there's so much stuff to learn that it takes several lifetimes to learn all of them. Instead, pick just 1, 2, maybe 3 things you want to be known for. Don't let my words discourage you. You can still achieve amazing things. But if you try to get good or become an expert at every single thing you're interested in, it'll lead to a lifetime of burnout and regret, and chances are it'll get you nowhere. By the way, if you struggle with sensory overload because there's so much on your mind, maybe my free worry monitoring log in the description could be of use to you. Now let's start a discussion in the comments down below. What strategies do you use to manage multiple interests as a person with autism? Are your strategies similar to mine, or do you prefer something different? Let me know, and if you're interested in more videos about autism from a person on the spectrum, then don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell.